Good afternoon, security team. I'm so thankful for you guys. I know you always joke about how easy your job is, but really, we couldn't do what we do on Sunday mornings and engage the kids without you. So I hope that you know and feel that. Your video is going to be a lot shorter than everybody else's, and you guys have already served with us through this semester, and so hopefully this is going to be pretty quick and dirty. I do want to go over some things with you guys that is going to change a little bit as we move about the wing a little bit more as COVID restrictions lighten. So here we go. First, child protection. So this is a policy that applies in every situation of our church. In any environment where kids are involved, for child protection, you never want to be alone in a room or in the part of the building, you and one child or you and a group of children. There should always be two adults that are not related, so that's a spouse or a family member. There should always be two non-related adults together with any child or group of children. This provides protection for the kids so that nothing unseemly happens and they don't know about it or don't understand it. It also provides protection for our service team because there's always someone there that can vouch for you, but can also hold you accountable to our behavior around the kids. And as a parent who can get real frustrated at my kids, this is never a bad thing. So that is just something we want to emphasize to everyone. Now, your video is mainly different because you're not involved in a lot of the logistical day-to-day. We really are asking you guys to be the gatekeepers to children's discipleship, and that's really your main function. So arrival for the morning, you're going to arrive with all the other servant team members at 8:30. When you get there, the first thing I want you to do is go find the coordinator, check in with her, and then you're going to go to one of the stations, the check-in stations, and print your name tag. This is a little bit different than it has been. But there will be someone the first couple of times that you serve that will be able to help you with that if you have any questions on how to do that. You're essentially just going to put your phone number that's in the system. You're going to plug that in. It'll pull up your family, and you'll click on your family. And then you will click on your name, and you're going to place yourself on the Children's Discipleship Servant Team. We often have people make mistakes and click on one of the classes, but that just puts you on a class roster, and you're not a 4-year-old. So after you print your name tag, you are going to go to the office, my office that has the blue mailbox on the door. Right inside the door on the right side, there's a little wooden rolling table. On top of that table is your security sheet that has kind of an overview of this information. It has walkie-talkie, so you're going to grab a walkie-talkie, and then you're going to grab the little security button. You're going to grab those three things, and then you can go, there's a chair in the hallway right by the side door, and that's where you can sit down. I will say that during check-in, I would love for everyone, you included, to help with the culture of welcome. So when families are entering the building, if you don't know them, just introducing yourself, letting them know you're the security host if they need anything, introducing yourself to the kids. Yeah, I mean, this is really important for this year, and I really like... and the thing too is you guys haven't been able to meet a lot of the families because during COVID they weren't coming in the building. So it's not, it's less a mandate and more of an ask. Like, this is really one of the big acts of service that you guys do with the families, is to make yourself known and just to introduce yourself and get to know them a little bit. After when check-in is over, in the top drawer of the cabinet in the hallway under the TV, you can get the remote, and if you want to sit down, and you can turn on the service, because obviously for now we do have a live stream. Even when the live stream stops, there is a feed that comes to that TV, and so you can see what's going on in the service. I do just ask for you guys to be mindful of the volume, because obviously as we have more classrooms open, if the TV is a little bit loud, then it can really disturb and affect the kids. So keeping that volume down or keeping it on mute is actually better. I understand that it is hard to have the TV on mute because then you're not really able to engage with the worship maybe as much as you would like. But at that point, we really do want you to be mindful of the classrooms, and it's an active service. With pickup, obviously the families are going to arrive in the hallway between 10:30 and 10:45. Now, in the past, we have had parents, because check-in starts around 8:45 and it runs until about 9:05, depends on how late families are. What we do not want families doing, and it's going to take some help from you guys. I'm going to emphasize this to the parents, but this is a big part of your role as a security host. I do not want parents bringing their children back for the nursery or the 4 to 6 classes after the first worship set. It's very disruptive to the classrooms and the lessons. So if parents want to be able to check their kids out for the second worship set, that's awesome. We just do not want parents coming back after the first worship set to check their kids in. If they want to keep their kids with them in service, that is totally fine. So in the first couple of weeks after check-in stops, we're really going to ask you to stop parents, especially if they're coming back at like 9:15, 9:20, 9:30 with a kiddo, and just ask them to take the child with them back to the service. Now, this may cause some people to be a little bit upset at first, and if anyone has major concerns or is frustrated with that, you can always walkie-talkie the coordinator, and she can get in touch with me if need be. But we're going to really try to reinforce parents not keeping the kids until just after the first worship set and then bringing them back. We really would rather them come a little bit early and grab the kids before the second worship set if they want their children to have more of an experience of the sanctuary without trying to stay through the entirety of the sermon. So this does mean that some of the parents might come back around 10 o'clock or 10:15, depending on where the service is. And that is where, even if you don't want to watch the live stream and have the sound on, having the TV on but muted can help you see, oh, it's right before the sermon is done or the worship set has started, and that's why there's a parent. Whenever a parent comes back after that check-in window or before the check-out window, so after 9:05, but like before 10:30, we really do want you to just gently ask them, hey, can I provide you any help? I need to kind of check with you before you go back. We're really asking no parents to be back in the children's discipleship wing during classes when they're on. And you can kind of ascertain, and I trust your judgment to be able to say like, okay, this is legit. If you have any questions, if it seems unusual or if anything doesn't seem right, I will just tell you to ask the adult to stop and just stay with you for a minute so you can walkie-talkie the coordinator, because we want to get more people involved and not just lay it on your shoulders. So at the end of the day, you're just going to put all your supplies back where you got them. So the remote back in the drawer, the security button, the security page, and the walkie-talkie back in the office, and then you're free to go. We do this year have a little bit of a different sickness policy. So we're really asking if you have had any contagious symptoms, and that by CDC standards is just not like extreme nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, fever over 100.4. If you have that so if you're serving on Sunday and you experience it Friday night, we want you to call out sick. So Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, we really want to leave some breathing space for sickness. I'm going to put my cell phone number on the screen right now. I'd really like you guys to save my number in your phone if it's not already there, just so that if there's any issues, you have my number easily accessible. Lastly, and this is a little bit different from last year. I know Barrett and Aaron, you haven't done this yet, but for Chris, okay, if you go into the bridge, like you've signed in, If you go to the drop-down menu that appears on the left hand of the screen, you can select schedules and plans. When you're in that page, if you click My Serving, you will be able to see for anyone in your family when they're serving in the upcoming schedule. So if you clicked on it right now, if you're serving at the end of May, you'd see the dates at the end of May, and then you'd see June and July, because that's all the dates that we've scheduled out. I'm also going to email you if something happens, and this will happen during the summer because everyone has summer schedules and not everyone's vacations are planned 2 weeks in advance. So don't stress. I'm going to send you a document that has the contact information for your team, and then it has the schedule, what it looks like when we first scheduled. So you're going to select. So say you are scheduled to serve on June 6th and you're like, oh no, I forgot, we're supposed to go out of town. You're going to go in the scheduler and you're going to look at the date before and the date after June 6th. So you're going to look at May 30th and June 13th, and you're going to text those people. There should only be 2 to try to reschedule. Now, that way, what you're going to do in the system is just swap dates. It keeps people from over-serving. It keeps everyone able to keep their commitments. And if you guys swap dates, it is very helpful for you to text me so I will know to update the system. Or if you know how to, if you click on the link that we originally sent you to schedule yourself, you can go in there and you can swap dates. But that does take some skill to do. So if you don't want to try to figure that out, because this is probably going to happen like once a quarter for people, just text me and let me know. Bernd is switching to June 6th to cover Aaron. Aaron's going to serve on May 30th. That way I'll know to switch you guys in the system. This mainly makes sure that the right people are receiving the right reminders on a weekly basis. So it prevents you from getting the wrong information. It just gets confusing. All right, that's all I have for you guys. That is a 12-minute video, and that is the fastest team training you'll ever have. What I need you to do right now, I'm going to put a link on the screen for rvrsd.org/CD team agree. That's all one word, all lowercase. But I need you to go to that, and it's basically just a service agreement that outlines our biggest expectations when you come to serve. And we need to have that on file for everyone before the summer starts. So if everyone could do that before June 6th, that would be awesome. All right, if you have any questions, please let me know. Again, I really appreciate you guys, and I will see you soon.